Hey, hello everyone. I'm Vikas Malik. I'm part of Delhi Java user group for almost 10 years now, in fact 12 years. So I guess we are doing these sessions for some time, and we got the opportunity to do this time with the Spring AI. Mala is with us. Mala, you can introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. I've been working with DelhiJUG for the last 10 years because definitely it was more than 10 years for you because when I joined in the group, you were already there. And it has been a great pleasure to work with all the leaders and all the members. And I'm here to just learn from Vikas today. So I'm looking forward to his session. Thank you so much.
All right. So this will be an interactive session wherever you don't understand anything or you feel that okay, need more explanation. Let me know. I will try to cover that. So without further ado, let me start with this. Um, so uh, let me quickly do one quick thing because the participant thing. Yep. So all right. Come on. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about Spring AI. I am assuming that you know a little bit about Spring already, and you know almost nothing about AI, but I also in the same boat. I guess I don't know AI that much as well, but we all know that there is ChatGPT, and we all ask questions to ChatGPT. But if you want to basically use ChatGPT in your project, how you will do that? What are the easier ways? So these days, like people are using ChatGPTs and other models in their project, and whenever I see someone using it, they are mostly using it either using Python or some other frameworks, and there was not uh, much options available directly in Java. There were like some tedious ways to use it through some API calling, but you have to write all of those yourself, and that was cumbersome to use. And as Spring has always helped us to put aside all those complexities and focus on what we want to achieve. So Spring did it again, and this time what they come up with is Spring AI. So Spring AI is nothing but it provides you the way, basically all the complexities for configuring how the APIs will be called, how the error messages will be handled. All of those things will be handled by Spring AI, and you just need to write some quick logic to make it work with your project. So to start with that, let's try to create a very simple program which will basically uh, go and ask some questions for you to ChatGPT and give you the response in your program. Later, we will learn how you can actually enhance it with the RAG. RAG is nothing but a Retrieval-Augmented Generation. So we will talk about that in a bit, but yeah, this will basically help us to customize the solutions for our organization or for the data which is not exposed to other external world, or AI is not trained on that data. So we can actually provide additional information to AI so that it can give you answers in a natural language, and you don't have to write or train any models on your data, but you can still use all the good things which comes with the AI and LLMs. So LLM is basically large language models, and which is the foundational block for your ChatGPT. So to start with this, let's go to this startspring.io. Basically, will help you to create the project which we will be using. So once you will open it, there will be no such things like this Postgres driver or JDBC. So let me just remove them so that we can add them again. So this is how you will get it. So we are going with the Java. I will choose Maven in this. And for now, I'm selecting here 3.2.2, but later I will try to change it to 3.2.1 because I saw some problems with 3.2.2. We'll remove that. Let's give this DelhiJUG demo. I will keep these things same. We'll go with Java 21. It actually gives one additional functionality, but you can actually go with the Java 17 as well. That's not issue. So let's generate this code. So you will get a file like this. You can so what I will do, I will go to my downloads and try to extract that file. So let me rename it to something else first. So I renamed it to Jug demo so that it doesn't conflict with any other demos I did earlier. So uh, basically, okay, wait a second, let me just regenerate it. I don't want any other issues. So let's call it Jug demo itself, and let me remove that earlier file so that we don't run into any issues because I want to keep it as simple as we can. So let's do it one more time. So this will basically have a Jug demo folder now. I will open it with the IntelliJ IDEA. Let me, I'm using two screens, so I'm jumping between these. I will bring that window here. So bear with me. All right, so now we have this. All right. So once you will get this, you will have a project like this, and I hope the screen is visible, or do I need to uh, increase this font? Just let me know.
The ID is visible, Vikas, but the font size, there's no code in the editor window. So once you
Yep,
show the code in the editor window, then we'll probably be able to determine if the font size is okay and the code is legible.
yep, sure. So yeah, I can increase the
Yes,
font
this is
this way.
good. Yeah.
All right, so basically you will get this Maven project. Come on. Uh, my ID is failing me.
No, not really. Probably WebEx is using more bandwidth. Happens a lot during the live streaming.
Really? Okay.
And a quick question, because when is the good time to ask questions for me or everyone?
Anytime.
Okay.
You throw
Okay.
your questions at any time.
So everyone who's listening, if you can switch on your cameras, please do, because you can see we are a small group of people and it would be good to interact. And as Vikas said, ask questions whenever you want to.
Let me open the ID one more time just to see that it's not only resources thing. Okay. All right. So let's see. Basically, we will try to compile it so that we know that, okay, the project is fine and there are no issues with the basic one. So build succeeded. We are good. So let's make some quick changes. As I mentioned that I found some issues with 3.2.2. So I'm just falling back to 3.2.1. Then there will be a couple of libraries which you might have to import here to make it work with the Spring. Actually, I think I forgot to add that two dependencies here. You can add them. You can search for PostgreSQL, and you can add the second one, which is basically JDBC. So I will not generate it again. I will basically use the dependency directly in the file instead of generating it and spending time on the same thing again. So I will copy it from the earlier project directly, and we'll see if we will run into something. We will see that, okay, we will debug it. Okay. So I'm just copying some other dependencies as well so that it helps. So I'm just removing all of these for now. So let's see what I have added here. So these are the same thing which we got earlier. Then these are the Spring AI ones which we are going to use. So this is the boot starter thing. It will give you some of the components which will basically link it to our ChatGPT, and we will add some configurations around it as well. Second one is the PDF document reader. This will help us to read any documents, and we will basically be using that. And third one is the PG vector thing. This is something which will help us to implement that R.A.G thing I talked about. So these are the three things which we will be using. And as I missed adding these Postgres and JDBC thing earlier, I added it again. So this is the JDBC starter thing, and the other one is the PostgreSQL. So I added these. Spring documentation asked us to add a few repositories as well. So I'm adding that as well. Sorry. So these are the things. It is nothing to do with anything, like it is just from where it need to fetch all the things. So you can see like there is a error here, which is the Spring version thing. So let me add that Spring version. So I'm just copying, pasting some code so that I don't have to write the trivial code here. So we are using 0.8.0 snapshot, and let's try to bring in all the dependencies. So it will basically jump and get all the dependencies. You can see it happening here. We can try to compile it again. So that basically brings us that, okay, all of our dependencies are here. Now we need to start using them. So the first thing, as we discussed, that this is the bootstrap thing for AI. It will require the one API key. So if you go to ChatGPT, it can actually give you a API which can be used to configure this. So basically, let's see if GPT API. So let's search that. Probably it will give you how to directly jump there. So it will basically give you how you can access things, and basically all the pricing and all, how to use it. So you can learn about APIs from here. So this is chat So whatever we are trying, we can basically directly go to this playground and try to uh, do all of those things. So if you go to ChatGPT and this API key thing, you will get a key generated here. You can create a new key. You cannot see my key, so that's all right. So, but yeah, from here you will actually generate a key, and we will be using that key in all of work which we are going to do after this. So I have already copied that key, and basically where I'm going to add that, I will go to uh, Java main resources and here. So this is the place where I will be adding this, and how Spring is going to know about this. So API key. So this is the property which you need to actually use. So I don't want to expose it, my key here. So uh, key. So I will use this variable. What I will do is I will actually put this variable in my environment file so that I don't expose it here. How you can do that? Either you can set it in your system's environment, or if you have multiple projects and you want to do it, you can actually go here and put an environment variable, and I will quickly paste it and close it. So this is nothing but just I set this variable there, OpenAI with whatever key I have. I just put it there. So that way you will have this, and with this, most of the environment things are done. So let's try to write some Java code, which will basically start using this. Okay, so I will keep taking references from the code because I don't remember all this code, and it is fairly new to me as well. So anyway, this Java application, for any Spring application, you will basically require uh, application runner created here. Let's call it demo, and basically we'll call it being. I don't have any size shortcuts created, and also I have to type everything. I guess Josh.
Because, sorry, I'm sorry to bother you. This is a question not related to the topic. Did any one of you were asked for passwords and had problem logging in? Because I'm receiving messages that folks are not able to join in.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
Let me see. There should not be any password. Did you guys did it ask you to provide any password? Chaitanya says no.
Okay, so Chaitanya, did you also register? All of you, did you register? And probably that could, okay, Chaitanya says yes, he registered. So, okay, so probably, oh, Hemant is in now. Okay, good.
I can search for the password if you want, basically.
No, I think we're done for now. If anyone else say something, I'll probably interrupt you. I'm so sorry for doing that.
That's all right. Yeah, we need people in the
Yeah.
sessions. That's okay. Yeah, if someone asks again, let me know, or I can just do that right now as we are already taking a halt. So come on, come on.
Hemant, did you
Understand.
register to get in, or did you manage to get in without registration? Because that could be one of the reasons.
Yeah, now I didn't get the password. So maybe
Okay.
something you guys have changed.
No, we didn't change anything, but let me
I believe it's with the registration. Anyone who registers is able to log in.
Yeah, I posted the password thing in our
Okay.
WhatsApp group thing.
Okay.
So maybe.
But this time it didn't ask me the password.
Oh.
Asked me the password before. This time it just says, "We'll log you in when maybe there was some temporary thing. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. If anyone basically faces this, I already shared it with Malam. I can provide out.
Yeah, sure.
You can just post that password anywhere. I don't know.
I'll do that. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. I paused the recording earlier. So let me just bring it back again. So, all right. Basically, let's start the recording again. We were creating this application, and it is just basically nothing but standard Spring application. And in this, we will try to basically create a chatbot first. And in chatbot, we will try to see that, okay, if it is able to give us any responses. So let's create a small component which is called chatbot itself. That's chatbot. In this, we will basically use one of the components of Spring AI, which is called chat client. Okay, so chat client is there. We declare it. Let's make it private. Final thing.
Because the font size, it's not legible.
It's not.
No, probably you are using a big, yes. This is much better.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, so that is done. Now chat, so chat bot, and I will say the chat client. All right, so we defined our chat client. So in this, we want to basically create a function which will basically do the chatting for us, and we will basically keep enhancing it for more use cases. In the beginning, I will just do only one thing with this, which is just it will receive a message and it will go to our API and get us the response, and that is all it is going to do. Okay, so it will receive a message from you. It will go to AI chat client and what it will do is call the message. Call has two functions. It's overridden, and if you will see that there are two ways to call it. One, directly you can pass your message. Then there is a prompt thing. We will discuss about prompt in a second. But for now, let's go with the message thing only. Okay, so we will return this directly. So we are not going to do much. So this is the only string. All right, and let's call it the. Come on. All right, so we created it a component. It is again Spring thing. So what it will do is all these variables which we have defined these will get auto-wired with the Spring AI Spring AI boot thing, and these components will be available. And this component basically hides all that complexity which we talked earlier, that how it will connect to ChatGPT and what all things I need to provide to get the response. So with this simple code, I should be able to use this directly, and let's try to see if I can actually make it work. Let's see. Okay, so I need this chatbot here. So I will ask again our friend Spring to auto-wire me it for me. Okay. What happened? Oh, sorry, not here. Yeah. Okay, so chatbot already, like, it will be auto-wired by Spring for me, and now I can basically use it. So let's see. I want to get the response. So chatbot dot chat, that is our function, and I need to give a message. So yeah, let's ask ChatGPT, who are you? It will basically tell us like what all it will introduce it to ourselves. So let's try it. So this is our basic thing where we are using ChatGPT and all. Let's see how it goes. This might require size. Okay, so something didn't work. There might be some initializations which we haven't configured yet, and might be causing all this issue. So you can see it here. I don't know. It is
like
visible.
DB, right? DB.
Yeah, that you are correct. So it is because we added few more dependencies in our POM file in the beginning itself. That is why it is not actually taking all of it. Either we can disable that right now and don't bother about it right now, or we can just create that as well right now, and we'll see uh, that will help us to use it in the next use case which we are trying to do after this. So let me do that as well. For that, I will actually require a file which is we are going to use Docker compose here. Let me create the file here. Okay, so docker compose.yaml. Again, I'm not going to write any code. I'm going to copy paste this thing. I will give the references from where I'm just copying it. So in the community, I shared that video. That video has a link to the repository where all this code is already shared. I'm just using that code. So I hope everyone knows how to use Docker, and we will try to basically what we are trying to do is we are trying to spin up a Postgres Docker thing, and here it will basically create that vector database which we talked in the beginning. It will help us to add support some of the use cases which my organization has, and it don't want to expose its internal data or some knowledge base to external like API models or anywhere. So basically, this will help us to achieve that. So let's start this Docker for now. So let's start it. Okay. Mm, a second. Let me see if it got created correctly. I think it is the old one. Okay. What I'm going to do is, I think I have this earlier running, and that is why it is conflicting with that port. So I killed that. Uh, so let's try to run it one more time. Okay, so this is created now. Okay, so now we have to do some more configuration so that our application can actually connect to this database, and those configurations will go here. I'm just writing it directly here. So we need which path we are providing. So we created this vector store. Uh, so in the Docker Compose, we actually gave the DB name vector store here. That is the same name, and username and passwords are Postgres. So we are putting the same thing here as well. So vector store and all these things like Postgres and username and password. So let's use this information and try to see if our application actually starts fine this time. Okay. Cannot retry due to the server authentication in streaming mode. Okay, let me stop the command that dependency, and let's come back to this once we will have that use case thing. Okay, so Spring Boot starter we need. PZ vector store, let's not use that. What else we don't need? Only that should do the trick. Okay, let's do this. Cannot due to the server authentication. Okay, I haven't run into this issue earlier, so let's figure out what's going on here. Okay, it is still the embedding thing. Um, okay, for some reason it is still using this dependency. I'm not getting able to get rid of this. Or there might be internal dependency, which is basically not letting me do that. I don't know. Okay. So how to fix this says, let's give it to what it wants actually.
Probably we
So,
can ask ChatGPT how to fix this. So just sorry.
no, that's fine. I'll do that all the time. So the thing is, when I look at the error, I actually saw these things like embedding list and all. So these are basically the things which uh, this vector database uses. So embeddings are created out of the documents which which we actually wanted to train on. So all those things it required, and I think I added them in the beginning, and now it somewhere that dependency got stuck, and I'm not able to check it off. So instead of like fighting with it, let's try to give it the way that it wants. So like it wanted to create that embedding and all. Let's create those first. We will still have this basic code thing. We will not add any embedding as of now, but we will actually define this vector store thing so that it stop complaining about this problem. Okay, so now the vector store is the thing, so I need to bring back that dependency so that it doesn't complain about it. So bringing back this. So vector store is there. We will create again a bean. So we will say embedding client and JDBC template. So these are the two things it will require. Okay, and we will return this new because we are using Postgres, so we will use PZ vector store, and we will give it to it's the template and this thing. And again, we will use string annotation to make it as a bean. Okay, and here we will basically embed this vector store as okay, let's see if this solves this problem. Oh, it is still not happy. Okay, I should have tried this earlier. I thought it will work, but yeah, if the dependencies wouldn't be there, it should have worked. Okay, so it will need few more things. So vector store is still not getting created correctly. So to configure the this vector store, I think I forgot about JDBC template thing. Maybe that is the issue. Let's see. Give it a try with JDBC template. This one. Sorry, no, it doesn't work that way. All right. So what we are going to do is configure this vector store itself instead of fighting it again. Let's go ahead and create this template itself. So I'm jumping a little bit ahead. We will come back to this use case. But yeah, that is the final aim of this whole demo as well, where we actually learn about the vector thing as well, and what other challenges we actually face while using Spring AI. So yeah, let's try with that. So again, we will require a file which we will be using as a test of our document, which we will consider that the knowledge is not known to ChatGPT. Either it is some knowledge which is basically after ChatGPT was trained, or it is the knowledge which is proprietary to our app, uh, uh, proprietary to our organization. I will only use that knowledge in this thing, and ChatGPT will not know about it at all. So let's go ahead and uh, try to bring that document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that document here. Again, you can find this document in the same repo. I will share later. So this is the document. So it's a healthcare system, and it had some information. I actually reduced the number of pages in this document because I don't have the paid account of ChatGPT. And while I was using this whole document, it was actually telling me that you can actually make two requests two or three requests in a minute. And if you want to go beyond that, you have to purchase the pricing model and all. So I didn't do that. So I just reduced the number of pages in this document, and there is only one document. So it had some information which we can use, and we will try to give this information to our application so that it can create the embeddings for this basically a document. So to achieve this, we basically need to again configure this document. So for that, we will pass this document here. So again, we are hard coding this value. And then we can give the direct path of this. Okay, then so I think this is the one. So we will go with the resource, and we'll say PDF. Okay. So this will basically help us to read this file, and we will basically initialize this whole vector database thing. So I'm just going to write a static function outside this so that it remain clear here. Okay. So did I miss earlier? No, okay. Vector store. We will see vector store, JDBC template, and we will require resource and call it PDF itself. Okay. So now we will use some of the Apache's libraries, which will basically help us to read this PDF document, and this PDF document can basically we will feed it to our vector store library, which is provided by Spring, and then it will basically create the embeddings and put them in our database. So let's do that. I don't want to write that whole code. So I'm just pasting it here, and we'll see I will explain what that code is so that there is no confusion in that. Okay, so we are creating a configuration, basically PDF document reader configuration. In this reader, we say that extract the page in the text format. And we are actually telling it a few more things that, okay, read, there will be some blank lines. So it is just saying that, okay, delete last three lines, because when we try to do that, it will basically give us those blank line, and we don't want to increase the size of this embedding. So it is just saying that. This actually basically, if there are multi-page document, it actually says like how many document you require in parsing, and it will keep deleting that. And yeah, so it is using builder pattern here, and it will create that document. And we are using it like per page, it will return one document for us. So you use this configuration here. After that, what you will say that, okay, we will basically require a PDF reader. And it is basically page PDF reader. And it will require which document we are reading, and it will require config thing. So once we will do that, we can actually see what it, we can try to print what it actually gave us by PDF reader dot get thing. And we can actually, if you want, you can print it here. I don't want to, because right now the program is anyway not working. So I want to fix that first so that we can actually test our first use case. So we'll see what it actually gives us. We'll do that later. Okay, now we will use another Spring thing. This is text splitter. It will basically split the text into tokens, which tokens we will be saving in our actually in our vector database. So let's initialize this. Token text splitter, no arguments, as simple as that. Now we have that vector store, and we will say that, okay, go ahead and accept the text splitter dot apply. And what will be the argument? We will say the same document which what we got. We were trying to print it here, and yeah, we will give it to the same thing. So that way it will basically go ahead and create this whole thing. It will read the document, it will split them into tokens, and those tokens will be stored in our Postgres database after that. So let's try it out. So first we need to basically initialize this here, call this function. So init vector store for the sequence JDBC template. We didn't use the JDBC template, but coded template only. Okay, and the third thing is PDF. So this will initialize the this vector stored database, and hopefully this time we should be able to use our chat bot. And actually we have never printed this. AI response. So let's see. Still not happy. Cannot retry due to the server authentication is in streaming mode. Well, that sucks. Okay. Okay, which line is causing this? Let's see. Yes.
Has anyone tried working with this library? If anyone can jump in and help.
So
But this is exactly what happened when you do a demo.
true that.
What can possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
Just like delete from the streaming.
Yeah, let's see if I am
Probably
made
they don't
any.
want you to stream while.
Okay,
Sorry.
I guess this was the issue. There was not anything. Actually, when I pasted it here earlier.
Oh, you hit that from the application as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, the variable name was wrong. Typo. I guess nothing else was required, only this was the problem all along. So you see, we got that first response from us, like maybe you can read it better here. Let me know when you start able to read it. Okay,
Yeah.
so all right, so we got to know that, okay, without this thing correct, it will not work. So, all right, this was my bad. There was nothing to do with all of the things which I was explaining, like vector database or anything. It was not wrong. So AI gave us the response that, okay, I'm AI language model and I will basically do the task for you. What do you want me to do today? All right. Okay. So our first chat is complete. So if you don't want to do anything complex use cases, or you just want to use chat GPT functions in your application, you don't have to do all of the vector things which we did, but you can actually just get the messages from the user and just pass it along to chat GPT, and it will give you the response. So that is fine, but why someone will use your application if you are basically giving us the same response which ChatGPT is giving you? So what's the use case you are trying to do here? So then there comes the next piece of information, which is basically the prompt engineering. You might have heard this catchy phrase that there is prompt engineering. So prompt engineering is nothing but the way you actually tell or ask the questions to ChatGPT that it will always give you the consistent results instead of giving you that, okay, one time you will get X result, next time you will get totally different. You don't want in your application. It is okay if you are just trying it out with the ChatGPT, but if you are saying that you are running an application, it need to give the consistent results. So in that case, you actually want to ask the question in the exactly the same way you will ask, and that is how you will basically get the same response every time. You can adjust some parameters as well in this case, but we are not going basically that deep in this prompt engineering, but let's try out one simple use case which I can think of. So here, instead of directly passing this message, what I will do is I will create a template, and we will try to use that template and try to ask for few things. Okay, so let's say.
Because before you start with this one, can I ask a question on the previous section that you just covered?
Go ahead.
And I apologize for my naive questions because, as I mentioned in the beginning, I have bare minimum experience working with this. So you read a PDF file and you created tokens and you stored them in a vector database and you passed that. You initialized context using it. So when you send a question to ChatGPT via the API, how are you, or no, who are you? So how would that affect? So of course, this is a very general question, but if the question would have been more specific, the PDF would have modified the answers because we are providing more context.
We haven't
Am I
used
right?
this PDF for now. We just
Okay.
created it to solve that problem, which I thought it's a
Okay.
database problem, but it is not right now. I will again explain this whole thing one more
Okay.
time because I know I jumped a little bit ahead, and I just wanted to first give you the taste how this like simple chatbot can be created, but I messed that up by just giving
No
the
worries.
parameter. But yeah, I will answer that question when we will basically start using it. We haven't used that at all. It is just created. It is a database got populated. No one is using it as of now in this project. We will basically use that in a bit. Uh, Before that, I just want to explain like how template works so that the next way where we actually use this document will be more clear.
Okay.
So to explain that, let's create a template. Okay. So let's create that template, and in this template, what we'll say, tell me more about. So what we will say that in ChatGPT, in prompt engineering, what you are saying that it's a vast knowledge-based thing, but you want to activate a specific section of the things so that it actually talk about only that stuff and give you in-depth knowledge about that topic only, instead of giving the, like it knows everything, but you can actually say that, okay, behave like this and behave like that. So you can ask your question in a specific way. Uh, but before that, you basically tell ChatGPT that you are this persona, and ChatGPT will use that persona and basically tell you, give you the answers based on that. So we can say that you are assistant, writing child, I guess animals. I guess animals. You give facts about animals. Then you will say that tell me more about, and this is the point where we will basically templatize this thing. Okay. Okay, so it looks very simple. Like this is a chat. You're an expert on animals, and you give facts about animal. And here we are saying that okay, give me something about some animal, and we haven't specified the animal name here. What we will do, instead of like typing this whole thing in our chat every time, uh, let's say our application is talking about giving the information about some specific animal, and I want it to give us the same kind of output every time. what are the facts and things like that. So this is the template, and every time we will just give the animal name, and it will be able to give us the whole response instead of typing this whole thing over and over. So what we will do, so this time when I showed you this call function, we use the message one, but this time we will actually try to create a prompt. And prompt can have two things. One is basically a system message, or it can have a user message as well. So let's try to use the user message only, but this time basically, or system message, let's try with that. So what's the difference between the system message is that it is basically kind of activation functions for your chat GPT or your LLM, and user can keep asking those questions, but it will remember that whatever you have given it as a activation function, it will keep remembering those system level activations, and then you can keep asking questions about that topic. So let's go with that. Let's try to create a system message first. Prompt template. Okay, and we'll say this dot template. All right, so we created the template, but out from this template, we want to create the actual message. So it provides this create message thing. And as we know that we need the animal name in this to be replaced with specific animal, we will basically go with, we will provide a map of things which you can have multiple values here, like you can embed multiple things, but for now we have only one, so we will try to replace that. So this animal name, and let's say we are just replacing it with message. I'm not changing that sequence or variable name, sorry. So we created this message thing, and I guess we don't need anything. We just need to create the prompt variable. Prompt. So prompt actually, you can actually give multiple messages in one go. So in this, we are just telling it to use the system message. Right. And let's comment this for now. We will say AI response. We will call AI chat client dot call, and this time we will pass the prompt. So we created this system message. We replaced with this variable with a specific whatever message we want to know about, and we are just passing this prompt to AI, and hopefully we will get the response. So this time we will get result. So basically you can have multiple options here. You can get the metadata of this response and all, but we are just interested in the output, and you can actually get the content of that message. All right, so now let's use this instead of asking who you are. So let's call that, okay, let's go with basic. Let me tell me about cat. Okay. Hopefully this will work. Let's try it out. Come on. Okay, so you can see we got tons of facts about cat, and that is you basically get to know. We didn't like the user didn't provide much information. It just said cat. So the application basically it's can be a child application or anything. You can actually make this assistant in a way that it actually gives the information to a child. So it will give you information in that way as well. But it is like the child is asking, okay, cat, dog, horse. They just need to tell this information, and your application can actually go ahead and use this prompt and get you the exact response. So it simplifies things. You don't have to create messages that way, or user don't need to ask the questions in that way. You will actually get the consistent result every time. All right, questions at this point?
How do I figure out the response structure? Because as we know, when we send any prompt, the structure of the response could be varied. So is there a way to find that out? Because assuming I use this in my application, I need to display the answer in a particular way.
That is possible. I don't know how to do it here because I haven't tried it, but prompt engineering, like the template we defined here, actually, let's try it out.
Yeah, you can. I think I worked similar thing, and what you can do is you can just give answers, questions and answers above, and then tell the prompt that I want answers in this format only, and then it should give you in that format.
No, Hemant, what I meant was when you get the response, there could be, so the prompt could have a combination. Sometimes it gives some links, sometimes it displays images, not really images, let's say code without code, so a list. So I was
Yeah,
trying
so
to
you
figure
need
out.
to. That's what you need to create a prompt, and
Okay.
then it has to give you the format. Okay, I want in this format. So you need to predefine that format
Okay.
in the prompt, and then the chat GPT or whatever API given should give you in that format.
Okay. The way
And then you know,
Vikas,
yeah.
right, Vikas mentioned, give
Like I say,
response in
give reason
JSON.
in JSON, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Or you can even give format. I had implemented this in Upwork's questions long back, and that time we had that it was very early stage. So that time we had given it like, okay, this is my question and I want a response into this format. So you say, okay, I have questions and these are the 2 points I want. Then whatever questions you all ask after that, it will give you in that format only. So it could be a simple line format where you say question equals to this, answer equals to this, and it will give you questions equals to whatever his question was and answer, something like that.
Yeah.
Get it. So ask intelligent questions or ask questions in an intelligent way
Yeah,
would
yes.
be the right answer.
Yes.
Makes sense.
The way you will define the question, like
Yes.
in the question paper, that okay, you want everyone to
Right.
give the response in a specific way. You can give some examples that give them in this way. You can actually define it here itself. You don't need to do it anywhere else. You
Right.
can do it here. And as I mentioned, like give the response in JSON. So it actually gave me the response in JSON. So whichever way you want to format your response, you can actually do that. And you can give it as an example as well. Like question this or answer that. So yeah.
That's great.
So
And what other APIs can I use with instead of Chat GPT? What other APIs are compatible with Spring API?
okay, there are few of them. So you can go to the Spring AI documentation. You can read about all of the stuff which we
Okay.
talked.
Makes
And
sense.
I think let me see if I can quickly. So you can see it here, like you can go to the OpenAI thing, Azure deployment. There are Hugging Face thing as well. Bedrock, and Alarm. So these are different models which are supported right now, but I believe that it will be more generic, or they will keep adding more. So it is very early stage, but yeah, you can use all of these. I don't know if you are again the size. So
Yes, it's legible now. And how? Okay, I'll probably figure that out myself using a model which I have developed. So would I be able to use? Of course, it has to kind of align with the APIs.
yeah, so
Yes.
basically these are if you have your own model, then basically you're running in your own environment, so you will have different APIs to access that.
Right.
Believe. Or if you have developed the model and you have made it open source, so either you might be deploying it in one of the environments like either Azure or AWS. So Bedrock is, I think, AWS. Hugging Face is open source,
Yes.
and OpenAI we already all know. I don't know about this one, Olama. So basically you will be deploying it somewhere, or if you are deploying in your own infrastructure, then the APIs will be different. So then you have to basically configure these elements yourself. So what Spring AI is doing, it is actually hiding that complexity where it actually make these API calls for you and give you the response. But if you are using your custom solution, then probably it might not be that much help until unless you are deploying that in one of these environments.
Right.
All right. So at this point, we know how to create prompts and all. We know how to get the response. So now let's go to the next thing, which is basically this retriever-augmented Yep. So we said like we will talk about RAG as well. So retrieval augmented generation thing, which will help us to achieve what we promised earlier, that we have some information which is not known to ChatGPT, but we will be able to get the answers similar to what we get about the cat. We will be able to get the answers uh, for our question. So let me go through this one more time. We have a PDF here. So this is our PDF. We want ChatGPT to read this, create some way to basically use this in when we are using this whole flow. So embeddings is the keyword. Basically, it will create some embeddings out of this document, and these embeddings, there are some databases which started to support this. So Postgres also started to support it. Then Cassandra also have something. It is not globally available right now, but Cassandra also started to support this. Then there are completely new databases which came in picture, which can actually be used for storing these embeddings and retrieve them quickly, because this is not a like simple okay, select star from XYZ, but it is actually that okay, where the text might have the similar context, or it looks very much similar to what in the document, and it need to do it very quickly as well. So embeddings are that way, and vector databases is the solution for storing and retrieval of them. Milvus is another database which is most popular nowadays. So if you are in a like you want to select which database you will use, I think Spring AI supports a couple of them. Milvus is one of them as well, and right now we are going to use Postgres for now, because I think it is simpler, and for now we don't have much complex use cases, so Postgres will be able to handle that. So this document need to be parsed and put it into the database. So to read the document in a way so that there are no markups or anything which basically will cause issues. We actually created a simple configuration. We told that, okay, remove some blank lines, give one if there are multiple pages in this document, give me one by one these document, and we will create the embeddings based on that. So this is PDF document reader. We give this configuration to this reader, and we are going to read this. Then we use this tokens text splitter, which will basically split the text into tokens, and those tokens will be saved in the vector database. And we are just calling this accept method, which actually do take whatever data it got from the splitter, it will put it into a entry in database. So as we have already executed it once, actually we executed it multiple times. So let's see what's there in database as of now. So let's go ahead and connect to our Postgres database. Okay, Postgres and database name is data. Let me confirm that I don't want to make the same mistake again. Vector store. Okay. So you see this vector store has a table created in it. There are, I don't know. I'm not able to increase the size of this thing.
Because there's a new feature which is you use find action and zoom in IDE. Yes, you can increase that and everything would. So that's probably because of the resolution of your screen.
Yeah, I know. Let's see.
Make it
All right.
200. Okay, much better.
Yeah, I can increase a little bit more if it is still not. Let's make it 200.
Yes.
All right. I hope. I don't know. It's falling back to the old one. Anyway, I hope it is much better than earlier.
It is, yes.
Okay, so it has like content, metadata, and embedding. So we can go here and just check, okay, what's in this. Select from vector store. Okay, let's run it. So right now it created 3 entries. All of them must be the same because we run this init function multiple times. So I don't want to do it one more time. So let's basically it will. Okay. So this is the only entry we need, and you can see like this is the embedding I was talking about. It's just some numbers, but these are basically how AI actually uses them. Or it's a series of numbers, and it actually uh, get you responses based on these numbers only. So these are the embedding. It's not readable, or you cannot make anything out of it. But yeah, AI understands them, and it will help us to get the response. Okay, so you can see like in this, as I mentioned earlier, per page, we want these embeddings to be created so that there are not a large chunk of data which we are passing on. So it is basically per page, it actually created one embedding for us. As our document had only one page, so just one embedding got created. Okay. Any questions on embedding or vector DB as of now?
Because when you mentioned about the embeddings, are we talking about the values for each and every token that was included in the PDF, like each and every word?
So yeah, so it actually creates some tokens, which is basically again AI knows how to basically pass that information and create so that it can consume that information. It is not actually the word are converted into some numbers. It is something like it reads the whole document and convert it into some form of knowledge. I don't know how it does that. That is basically, you can actually learn about it. If you go to this text splitter, probably if you learn about it, it will actually give you how actually it converted if you understand the math. Don't understand it, or I haven't even tried that. But yeah, this is how basically it does that. It reads the document, it actually takes a chunk, convert it into some token so that we can actually search it. But yeah, if you want to learn about it, this is the place where you will go. It it will give you that whole information. And you can actually tweak it as well, like how big, how small, based on your use cases. That is the next level of tweaking. But yeah, for basic use case, you don't need to do that. Basic use cases will work with this as well. And um, I can give you one more information on this. Like there is not only the PDFs view which you can use. You can use actually n number of formats. So you can give it a text file. You can give it directly HTMLs as well. So there are different parsers. You can actually go and read the documentation, what other parsers or other document readers are available. Probably I can just, if I open this and go here. This is only the PDF one. I thought I will see it here. But yeah, there is a Tika reader kind of thing, which is again provided by Apache. That actually gives you the facility to parse any format of the document, and you can actually use that when you are building your application. So it is not only the PDF. We used PDF because yeah, that the Josh video I referred used PDF. So that is why I'm also using it so that I can refer if I get stuck somewhere. Okay.
That helps. Thanks.
All right. Any other question? Anyone? All right. I guess either I'm doing very good job or you are already slept. Anyway, let's go ahead. So we have created our embedding. I don't want to call this function every time. So I'm just commenting it out because embeddings are already created and we don't need it one more time. So there will be one entry only. So the next thing is I want to do is make of my template in a way so that now it can give answers in based on this document as well. So I want to change my template and I will basically try to use the document information which I got and I will put vector database in this whole flow or data flow so that I can read the information from our database and pass it to AI when I'm actually making any when I'm actually asking any questions to ChatGPT. Okay, so again, I'm not going to type that whole thing. I'm going to use that same template which Josh actually used. So again, it is very much similar. This is your assistant and you are going to talk about Carina and it gives you a bunch of things like it's a healthcare system and things like that. And then it says that, okay, using this information, I want to embed some document as well. So this is actually the same thing where we actually added the animal name So documents is actually another variable which we are going to use this time. So let me call it chat basic so that we can keep this function as well. And we can basically call it chat now. So this time we will call this chat. And in the system method, I want to pass documents, and there is something need to come here. Okay, so something will come here, and that is what we are going to do. We are going to use this message. We will query our vector database, and we will see that what are our what kind of embeddings we have. So list of documents. Okay, start. Okay, we don't have vector database in this class, so we need to define that as well. We had in the in our application class, but it's not defined here, so we might have to like auto wire this as well. Store. Auto wired. I don't know. I'll come to that later. Okay, this dot. Okay, yeah, I guess I need to do it here. All right, so vector store will be initialized. Vector store, simple functions, similarity search, message. Okay, so this will give us the documents which are similar to this, and then we are basically going to create another method, which is basically which we can pass here, so that it will not it will be read by the templates and all. So let's do that. Again, I'm referring the code. Documents is okay. Stop. Sorry. Before this. Okay, string dot map document dot get content. Next thing is collect by joining system. So what we did here, we streamed whatever response we got from vector store. We said get the content. We call the get content function on the stream. We collected that response, and now we are joining whatever response we got by the line separator. We are actually adding it to the final document. Okay, so this way basically we get a final document which we can actually pass. It is a kind of a string, not kind of, it's actually a string, which we can pass it to this function so that it can create the prompt for us, and we will basically, it will be embedded here. So let's use this and put it here. Okay, so in this case, we actually use this message and fetched it, but there is next thing as well. Now we actually need to provide a user message as well, where we actually pass this exact message to ChatGPT as well, because ChatGPT doesn't know that what you searched in the vector database at this point. So we need to create another variable which is called, it can be called user message. The variable name can be anything, but mm, user message. Okay, and it is nothing but the message. Okay, so as we talked earlier, that this prompt can have multiple messages in it, as many messages as we want. So system message was already there. I just added user message in it. So now our prompt is ready. Rest of the code will remain same. Okay, so this is the way, which is basically you can embed your document information in the prompt itself, so that the prompt actually uses that information. Okay, and now we will call this, and this time we will use something from the document itself. So let's see. I'm going to use directly this, like what's there. Okay, so if we will ask this question to ChatGPT, we should actually get the answer, which is basically based on our document itself, rather than the generic answer, or it might not know about this topic at all. Okay. Anyway, let me pause here a little bit. Any questions in this, or Mala, is your question answered how this vector database got used?
Yes, yes, now it is. Thank you so much.
All right. Any other questions? Anyone doubt or any other wild thoughts?
Vikas, I have one question. So the uses of it in healthcare. Um, so I understand you have written that if you're not there. So how confident we are on this on healthcare? Actually, I'm developing a healthcare app. So
Yeah,
I'm,
so this prompt is not like created for any application or anything. So I'm just
no, I understand. This is not the.
Mhm.
So because I'm also I'm developing an healthcare app. Okay.
Mhm.
And we are trying to use AI in that to give the user suggestion, actually what you have written here. So
Okay.
any healthcare worker want to understand what all cares are available for particular symptoms. So we want to provide those options there. Okay, so suppose this is the symptoms, these are the possible uh, problems, and these are the possible diagnosis for it to do, and something like that. So this is kind of the system. We already have a small app, and we want to use this AI integration there, where a healthcare professional, maybe a pharmacist or a diagnostic, and we just want to give these kind of suggestions.
Okay.
So do you? So when
So
you say this document, is it a document is like some kind of X-ray document or something, or is it document is just text?
document is just like some study by this. It is nothing like any healthcare specific thing. It could be any document. I use this document as just example again. So I don't know, Hemant, you're part of our JUG group or not, but how this whole thing started is like Josh actually gave a talk, and he actually used Spring AI, and in his demo he used this document,
Ah,
and basically I reused that his code and
okay, never mind.
try to understand.
It's
So
just
I
a
know,
good coincidence.
yeah,
Actually, I'm trying to do something similar, and and we have a small app and trying to launch it, but we want some AI,
awesome,
buzzword there,
yeah.
and
So only thing which I will mention in this you that when you are developing some applications which can be like consequences, life-threatening consequences, so we want AI to give the responses which are very accurate. We don't want it to hallucinate.
Yeah.
So when I say, so hallucination is the one thing which basically AI does. And whoever doesn't know about hallucination, it is basically when the ChatGPT doesn't know the answer, it brings up an answer from thin air.
Yeah.
So basically, we don't want AI to do this when basically it's a very sensitive matter. We want it exactly the same response. Whatever it knows, it should tell us that, or it say, I don't know about this, go and talk to him about it. So there is another, basically some tweaks which we can do when we are making these API calls. So there is another setting called temperature. So that temperature setting is that what you can tweak when you are basically making these API calls. What temperature does is, I think its value goes from 0 to 1. Closer to 1, it will actually give you the exactly what it knows, but it actually comes with a trade-off that it will try to give you exactly when it has the 100% confidence or 99% confidence, only then it will give you the answer. Otherwise, it will say, I don't know. But if you go closer to 0, it will say, it will hallucinate. So if you are writing a sonnet, go towards 0, it can actually generate a new language as well for you. So if you want, but if you want exactly correct response all the time, then probably tweak the parameter closer to 1. Usually 75 or 80 is good. 0.08 or 7 is usually what I heard is good. But yeah, based on you need to do a lot of testing before doing that. Don't take my word for it.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I think a LLM cannot be used straightforward. What I researched that we have to use a RAG model. So first there has to be a specific machine learning model, which is trained model, and then a LLM can be used on it, and then the trained model should fine tune it and return the response to user. So that's what
so,
we are trying to develop here. So not use LLM directly, because LLM has these problems which you said, that it hallucinates or it gives incorrect information. Even the information is only fed, it may not be accurate in that context which is user is using. So uh, probably need to use another model before using LLM and then sort out the result
yeah.
from the LLM, something like that.
So what we are trying to avoid here is to like train our own model because if we will train our model, that is basically, yeah, we use the basic model and train something on top of it, but we have to keep training it for the new information all the time. So RAG actually gives you a mechanism where you don't have to spend too much money on it. You can rely on other basically providers to basically train that, and you can use their service, and you can actually embed your own information in the process and get the responses. So that ways it is a little bit like when you don't have too much money to run your own models and keep updating it, then
Yeah.
RAG actually is your friend.
Yes. That's why I'm trying to use it.
Yeah,
I don't have
that's
money.
that's awesome that someone is actually in our call is using it. So that's cool. So let's try to run it as we are closer to end of the session. I hope, I guess we overshot a little bit, but we started a little bit late. So I guess we should be okay. So this is actually the last thing which this demo is going to say. So you can see like now it actually returned something. And if you will see that if you go back to the document itself, you will see that the similar information is in this document as well. So you can give it a try yourself without this document thing, how it respond, and then you actually add the document and see how the response changes. So you can give it a try yourself. Okay, I guess yeah. that covers everything which we thought we will cover in this session. Okay, prompts we did. We use Spring AI everywhere. We talked about R.A.G. So I guess we covered what we intended to. Okay, yeah, I think I'm done. Any questions, like last questions I can answer? Only for this session or about the JUG group as well. We are happy to answer those questions as well. All right, let me stop the recording. All right, okay. Thank you everyone for joining. And yeah, I hope you learned a little bit, at least I learned some things, what not to do in a demo.
Thanks, Vikas.
Thank you so much, Vikas. That was a good session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, see you guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.